What I'll also tell you is that Agent Mulder has developed a consuming devotion to an unassigned project outside the Bureau mainstream. Are you familiar with the so-called X-Files?
Welcome everybody to the Dark Talk Files, episode 19, Shapes. I am your host Dan, and I'm here with my FBI bro Paul. How are you doing, Paul?
Hello Dan, I'm not too bad, thank you. How about yourself?
Very good, very good. It's been a while since we recorded. I think we've had about 20 days off, something like that.
Yeah, we've done Friday in between, haven't we? We've done a couple of Fridays, but
yeah, we record these episodes well in advance.
Oh yeah, years in advance. Some say years. Happy New Year, listeners.
Oh yeah, it's 2026. Yeah, so felt like we've had a bit of a break from the show, so came back into this feeling really refreshed. And it also helped that this was an absolute banger of an episode.
Did you like this one? Yeah.
I fucking loved it. I loved this episode.
Yeah.
Way better than Miracle Man.
Yeah, about the same for me.
So I'm guessing you weren't too keen on this one, no?
Quite predictable. I don't remember watching this either. When I was younger, it wasn't fresh in my memory. But yeah, I mean, it was like quite a typical like werewolf type of story, wasn't it?
As I was watching it, I was thinking about how much I do love werewolf stuff. Like, do you remember that episode of Black Mirror from that season where the pop? You didn't like that either, did you? The pop star girl is a werewolf.
No, as I was watching this, I was thinking like I've never been huge on werewolves at all.
No,
more of a vampire kind of person myself. You know, always been into vampires. But
oh god, there is a really bad vampire episode of the X-Files. Is it next season? I can see the vampire guy's face now in my mind's eye. Can't wait to get to that one.
Yeah. See, I'm not overly keen on stuff like vampires in the X-Files, but it's fine. But like, yeah, I'd say werewolves. Like, I really loved the Company of Wolves. I remember trying to watch Dog Soldiers because you told me to, and my TV at the time was like almost broken. It had a really dark screen, and I watched like 10 minutes. I was like, what the fuck? I cannot see a single thing.
Yeah. Dark Soldiers isn't really like a very gorgeous looking film. It's it's almost like 28 days later in the fact that it's shot on like really cheap cameras. But yeah. I can see why you wouldn't like it if you had a bad television.
Yeah, I watched it in the daytime as well, so I just couldn't see shit. But I will tell you now, I love the Native American aspect of this. I thought all the actors were really good. We'll get into it.
Yeah. Well, let's go. Okay. So our cold open for this episode, we are at it's pretty much the Yellowstone Ranch in Montana, and there's been a cow murder, a cattle mutilation, and the two ranchers, Jim Parker, who is basically this Sam Elliott looking dude, and his son Lyle.
I was going to say car boot sale version of Sam Elliott.
Yeah, we've got Sam Elliott at home. Yeah, so him and his son Lyle wander around looking for whatever is killing the cattle, and Jim sees a pair of shiny, sharp teeth, fires on what he perceives to be a wild animal, but when they check on what he has hit, he discovers the dead body of a Native American who is called Joe Goodensnake, which is a badass name.
It is pretty cool. It sounds almost like goodness sake. For goodness sake.
So Jim Parker is being tried for murder because he's involved in a land dispute with these Native Americans, and the FBI have been sent in to investigate. And because this is a cattle mutilation, Mulder is instantly on the case because Scully's like, I'm surprised you volunteered for this rather basic turf war murder assignment, Mulder. And he's like, well, Scully, let me tell you.
Now you fucking mention it.
Now you mention it, Scully. These kind of murders have been going on for years, decades.
This is the oldest X-File. This is the first X-File.
It is, yeah. Skipping ahead a bit, but he passes the file on to Scully later on. He shows that some similar murders occurred in World War II time, which we'll get into. But that piece of paper, it looks like a map from Pirates of the Caribbean. It's all like tea-stained and just like proper ancient looking.
Yeah. Someone just hovered it over their toaster before they filmed. Just like, yeah, I'll just burn it up a bit. Everybody got any coffee? I remember making maps like that in primary school. Do you remember?
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah. I thought it was something from Art Attack. So what you would do is you would write stuff on like old looking ink on paper. Then you would get a tea bag and stain the paper with the tea bag bag, and then it would harden, and it would look like really old paper.
Yeah, and you'd burn the edges. We were allowed to do that.
Yeah, so they have a chat with Lyle Parker about what happened that night, and Lyle Parker, he's the biggest, like, gosh darn it, gee whiz, oh shucks, don't you ever get the creeps kind of guy. He's like a Scooby-Doo character.
Yeah, do you know though? There's some good hair in this episode as well. Like some really cool hairstyles, some good mustaches as well. But he's got a pretty sick mullet. So,
yes.
He gets the pass for that. Good.
So Mulder finds some shredded werewolf skin, and that's not a cereal. That just sounds like. And they go and visit the Indian reservation. So they walk into this dive bar, and Mulder he says to like the bar staff, he's like, "Excuse me, we're not from around here." And I'm like, "Do you think?" Like the two whitest dudes ever, Mulder and Scully. Yeah, they meet this old grizzled Indian dude called Ish, who is like, "Go home, FBI." And again, Mulder's like, "How did you know that we were FBI?" I was like, "Gee, I wonder what it is about you." Ties done all the way up to 11. Did you meet Sheriff Toscani, who is actually quite cool?
Well, we know who that is, don't we?
Who is it?
That is Deputy Hawk from Twin Peaks, man.
Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't recognise him.
He's wearing exactly what he wears in Twin Peaks. He's got the sheriff jacket on with the Sherpa kind of lining and the shirt and tie. He looks exactly the same as Hawk in Twin Peaks. You know, he does,
yeah. He does, yeah. I've just Googled him now, yeah. See, I was...
Played by Michael Horse.
Yeah, he is. God, I really just completely blanked on him. I was only... when you said the sheriff, then I was just thinking of... is it Harry Truman, the sheriff in Twin Peaks?
Yeah, he's Truman's deputy in Twin Peaks.
Yeah, wow. I completely blanked on that one.
He's much less talkative in Twin Peaks, though. He's more enigmatic and cryptic, but he's nonetheless a very integral part. He is amazing in The Return as well. There's a scene between him and the log lady which will have you fucking in tears. It is good.
No spoilers.
No, I just got fucking shivers all down my face thinking about it.
It's funny actually. I've just yesterday or the day before I watched a film called I don't know if you've ever seen it, The People Under the Stairs.
An old film.
It's a Wes Craven film from 1991, and the main bad guy in it is Everett McGill, who is Ed in Twin Peaks.
Oh, really?
But he's married. His wife / sister in that film is played by the same actress that plays his wife in Twin Peaks. Is it Nadine?
Oh, Nadine with the eye patch.
Yeah. So they're both married in The People Under the Stairs, and they're absolutely insane.
Fucking hell. I remember watching... I've never really seen it, I don't think, but I remember watching a clip of it when I was about 12 or something. And they were like going on about it like it was the best film ever, and I was like, eh. Yeah.
So Mulder keeps asking Toscani questions about the Native American culture, because there's these two spirit guardians outside that are protecting Joe Goodensnake's body, protecting the spirit, from passing on to the next world. And Mulder just keeps asking questions. He's like, and then what happened? And then what happens then? And Toscani is like, I'm not some park ranger here to answer all your questions about Indians. And Mulder's like, oh, sorry. I do think this is one time where the local PD being openly hostile to the FBI is justified, really.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Fucking hell. I don't think this is the podcast to get into the atrocities of what happened to the Native American people. However, yeah, they are quite justified. But at the same time, they treat Mulder and Scully better than most of the local authorities in any other episode.
Oh, yeah,
They don't show any disrespect. He gives them as much as they can without interfering with their rituals and beliefs and stuff. And even we'll get to it later, but even one of the main native guys is like pretty cool with the Mulder as well. So
well, this is it. So they actually let Mulder and Scully to have a look at Joe's body, and they check his dental records, and Mulder comes to the conclusion that Joe's got big ass werewolf teeth. He's like, woo.
I mean, he comes to the conclusion by looking directly at them and going, fuck, these are some big ass werewolf teeth.
And Mulder wants to cut Joe's body open to find out if he's got any other werewolf features, like Red Riding Hood's grandma in his belly or something like that. Or flip him over, check if he's got a tail. But to Scully's like, that ain't happening, Mulder. You're not taking him. So Mulder shows Scully the first ever X-File from back in World War II, which was investigated by J. Edgar Hoover himself. And there was a spate of unsolved animal mutilations in the area. And I think like a posse got together and shot at the animal. But when they went to fetch the body, there was only a man's body, a guy called Watkins. And as they're in the car for this point, they're in the car, and because Mulder's pulled out this X-File, this like ancient-looking scroll, and he shows it to Scully, she gets genuinely pissed off. She instantly is like, no. She gets out the car, and she storms out the car, and like just looks off into the distance, and she's like, I can't believe my career is going this way. Like, he's got me out here chasing werewolves, but you know, she obviously knows that the real culprit is a Libyan fighter jet that was shot down over Wisconsin.
It's back.
It's back and it's eating people. Oh, Scully, I will never forgive you for that.
You're still fuming after all this time.
I am. It's just every time she says, oh, it can't be this, Mulder, this is the rational explanation. I'm like, Scully, you thought a Libyan fighter jet was shot down over US airspace. Come on, I can't take anything you say seriously.
I think she pulls out one of the most annoying ones ever in this episode as well. At the end, I'll mention it later.
I know. The Scully's mental gymnastics, I'm telling you.
Yeah, the denial on this moment.
So they go to Joe Goodsnake's funeral and they meet Joe's sister Gwen, who is extremely hostile to these white folks. And she gives Scully some kind of wolf claw talisman werewolf amulet, which does not feature into the plot whatsoever after this point. She's like, take this. And I was like, oh, is that going to be... And that's it. It just gives it this little bit of a decoration.
Yeah. And when she gave it, I was like, oh, thanks for giving me this like dead animal paw with fucking claw sticking out it. Cheers. I went for my fucking car mirror.
I would. That's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I would do with it. I love it. It looks so cool.
It does, but she's like, ew, thanks for nothing.
Yeah, so they burn Goodsnake's body on the funeral pyre, and the ceremony looks beautiful. There's like drums and chanting and flames, and it just looks amazing. I'd love to be there for that.
Absolutely. Do you know what? All I could think was, I wish I could just have a nice little bit of ayahuasca, go to this, absolutely rock that funeral. Fucking, I think all funerals should be like this because it's just amazing. Like, I was lying in bed watching it. I didn't have my headphones on because we were watching Succession before it, and she fell asleep while Succession was on, so I just quickly flipped it over to X-Files. And this bit came on, and it was so fucking loud. I was like, how is she not waking up to this? Like, I love it though. I love anything, all this kind of cultural stuff. I am a big fan of Native American stuff. All the way from like listening to Johnny Cash's albums about all of the history of the Native Americans, his spoken word albums, stuff like that. They just always resonated with me. Don't know why. But I was never a fan of T-Hawk in Street Fighter or Nightwolf in Mortal Kombat. I was never a fan of either of those characters to play as them, you know. I
was very good at Nightwolf because he had his moves where he had a shoulder charge, which was forward kick, and it was really easy to do. He had this like uppercut, but instead of doing the uppercut, you could bring the axe out, and he would use his tomahawk. And he also had he could put a force field around himself, so any fireball attacks bounced off him and hit the opponents and went back and hit them. So I was always quite good at Nightwolf. Yeah, T-Hawk was shit though.
Yeah. I don't really remember playing as T-Hawk that much because I wasn't I was more Mortal Kombat than Street Fighter. But I was just a Sub-Zero guy. Me, he was the only character's moves that I could remember, and maybe Scorpion as well. Scorpion's like my favorite character. Yeah. Who would win in a fight, T-Hawk or Nightwolf?
Nightwolf, easy. So at the funeral, Lyle turns up on his horse to pay his respects to Joe, and Gwen tells him to get out. And then we cut to Jim Parker sitting on his porch in his rocking chair, sipping a whiskey and smoking a cigar. And then we then cut to Jim Parker sitting on his porch in his rocking chair, sipping a whiskey and smoking a cigar. And it's in complete silence, and it just looks so fucking relaxing. I wish I was on that porch doing that.
Exactly. At this point, I was like, I wish I had that life, just in America and out in the wilderness, just with a nice, lovely big mustache, just chilling, drinking your whiskey and staring at the night sky until it's time to pass out and wake up and do it all again. Fuck me, what a life. Oh, God.
Well, I'll tell you what doesn't look relaxing, though, is when the wind literally changes and he's attacked by a werewolf and mauled to death by it.
Yeah. Less of that and more of the chilling for me. Yeah.
See, I like the way this looks because the way they frame his death, the camera lingers on it, but it's all blurred and you don't see a werewolf. You just see like a silhouette, like clawing at the floor where he's lying. I thought this looked really effective.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about not showing the monster until the climax, isn't it? You know.
I mean, yeah, but like we'll get onto what the actual werewolf looks like at the end. Okay, hell. Yeah. So the next morning, the feds are at the murder scene, and Scully goes looking for that Libyan fighter jet, but instead she comes across Lyle sleeping rough while naked. He's sleeping in some sort of like, is it captured animal zoo that they've got, where they capture all the mountain cats and cage them up?
Yeah. For absolutely no reason other than for a little bit of plot that happens later on.
I know. Yeah, Lyle's like been sleeping rough, and he looks like he's been on an all-night bender, which he has in a way. Toscani takes Mulder to Ish, the guy from the bar earlier, the old white-haired, ancient Native American-looking dude who was at Wounded Knee, and this guy looks badass. I love this dude. Yeah,
I love his eye. I've always wished I had two different colour eyes, like full on. In my right eye, I know nobody cares, but in my right eye, I've got green eyes, but I've got like a big speck of like reddy brown in my right eye, and I always wished I had like one eye colour that was like completely different from the other, like Bowie or
Glenn Jacobs.
Oh, fucking hell no.
Jacob Goodnight. We've still got to do See No Evil Part 2, you know.
Shit, yeah, maybe we should do that around Halloween time.
Yeah, so they go to see Ish, and Ish explains a couple of things, but before he does, he explains to Mulder that Mulder has an Indian name and he should be named Sneaky Fox, which it made me think maybe he's been watching the X-Files and he's seen all those little Mulder gambits, you know, when he's tried to do all these little plans to outwit the criminal.
Yeah. But now you mention that, he does seem to have maybe some kind of psychic connection to Mulder, because he says, you are more like our people than the other outsiders. And then later on, this isn't really a spoiler because it doesn't amount to anything in this episode, but at the very end, he says, I'll see you again in 8 years or something like that. And then Mulder's like, I hope not. But maybe there is something there, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, I hope this guy comes back, but then like, I don't think the X-Files... Did the X-Files go on for another 8 years from this point? I don't think it did, but yeah.
Another 7... Season 7, was it? Where it does the split? 7 and then a film and then...
We're in 1994 now, at the time this episode was released, and then X-Files went on until about 2002, which is 8 years, yeah. So maybe he's going to turn up in the final series.
Yeah, maybe. I'd love to see him turn up a bit more. Great.
I would. Yeah, so Ish recounts the story about the first werewolf dude, Watkins, that was shot. He was attacked by a creature called a Manitou, which is a Native American demon which passes on the curse when it bites you, exactly like a werewolf does. And the men conclude that Gwen Goodensnake must have the curse because Joe had it and it could be passed on by bloodlines. So they set out to arrest her on some flimsy, non-existent evidence. They catch her stealing Ish's car and they arrest her on suspicion of being a werewolf.
No, they go to arrest her and she's like, I don't know if she shouts what you arrested me for, but he's like, you're arrested for stealing a car. He like literally says that. I haven't stole it yet.
Yeah, she didn't get off the land with it. Gwen tells him through tears that she witnessed the murder of Jim Parker and she watched him get ripped to shreds by the Manitou, which she isn't. So I think by now we've all figured out who the Manitou is. Yeah, because at the start of the episode, when Goodensnake was shot, he attacked Lyle and gave him a big scar across his chest. Lyle has now got the werewolf Manitou curse. While all this has been going on, Scully, who has been in the hospital with Lyle, takes him back to Yellowstone. Mulder gets a phone call that says that some blood from Jim Parker was found in Lyle Parker's stomach, so Mulder concludes correctly that Lyle is the werewolf. They speed off back to the ranch to go and save Scully, and we get this very funny bit where Mulder is trying to call Scully on the phone, and he's like, damn, my phone keeps disconnected. It must be all the mountains blocking the signal. And I always find it funny in films when actors are trying to convey that there's no cell service. You know, like in real life, it just says, call cannot be connected, and you just put it down. But in in films, they look at it and they go, damn, no signal, ah! Yeah, so we're pretty much coming up towards the end of the episode now. So Lyle starts to transform into the werewolf in the bathroom, and I thought this looked fantastic. I love a good werewolf transformation.
Now, me saying that I'm not into werewolves that much, I do love a werewolf transformation. You know, like Werewolf in London, stuff like that. You know, just absolutely fucking awesome practical effects. And this was really good. Yeah. It reminded me a bit of Teen Wolf when with the face, with the teeth in his face. You know, Michael J. Fox. But the next bit, sorry if I'm talking over what you were going to say, but the next bit when it shows his hand and his skin rips open to reveal fur beneath it, that was fucking awesome. I loved it.
I like the one from The Howling. I think that's pretty fucking good. Because that's done by the same guy that did Gremlins. I think it just looks fucking amazing. Yeah,
I've not seen The Howling.
Oh, it's not a great film, but the werewolf transformation is just amazing. Yeah. That was the question I was going to ask you. What are your favourite werewolf transformations? You answered before I even asked you.
Yeah, Teen Wolf. Big fan of Teen Wolf as a kid. Yeah, I used to wear what's it called? Like a basketball jacket type thing.
A Michael J. Fox mask everywhere I went.
Do you know what, though? I think Michael J. Fox influenced me so much as a kid. Because do you remember Back to the Future 2 where he wears the trilby and he's got the leather jacket and he's got jeans and white trainers? I begged my mum for a trilby as a kid, and she was like, absolutely not. I was like, but Mum. I thought it was the coolest fucking thing ever. But
you didn't get one of them until a couple of years ago as you go, milady.
Yeah, fuck off. I actually bought one a couple of months ago, but it's a straw one, so for when I went to Italy, so I could look like an old Italian gentleman. And there were loads of them wearing them as well. But Michael J. Fox is what the fuck is it called? A varsity jacket. You know, it's like a varsity bomber jacket that he wears in Teen Wolf. I thought that was the coolest fucking thing.
So we just talked about how good the werewolf transformation looked, but I tell you what doesn't look good. The werewolf costume looks fucking awful. It is obviously a very, very cheap werewolf costume. It reminded me of that, you know, that Jackass episode where they've got Brad Pitt running around in that gorilla suit. I mean, the directors they make the smart decision not to show the fully formed werewolf as much as they can. You don't see hardly any, but there is one shot of where Mulder first comes back into the house and he sees it running into this doorway, and it looks like it just looked awful.
It does. But you have just brought us to that time of the week where we got to start counting up bullets, baby.
Oh, really?
Mulder
I didn't notice.
Shoots twice at the werewolf, so that gives him 2, and then he starts walking up the stairs, he hears a noise, turns around and shoots again, and he shoots this bear, which is like on the wall, straight through the skull, and it explodes its skull. And I watched out, and I thought there was another shot from Mulder in about 5 minutes, but it wasn't from Mulder. So we have Mulder shooting 3 more times, taking his score up to 6, I believe. And that leaves us at the score of Scully 7, Mulder 6. And both are 1-1 with murders.
Bullet Club.
Oh, I'm glad you're keeping an eye on this, because that completely passed me by.
Yeah, baby. We've got it. It's got to be legit. You know, this is going right to the end, baby. I need to stop saying baby.
I'll ask you now. Who do you think's going to have fired the most shots by the time we get to the final episode, and who do you think's going to have killed the most people?
Scully.
You're going with Scully for both?
Yeah, only because Mulder's not in some of the later seasons.
Oh yeah, he takes a break, doesn't he? Okay, I'll go with Mulder. Yeah. Mulder's my guy. You can support Scully in this, yeah?
Team Skullbags.
I'm not supporting anybody that thinks a Libyan fighter jet was shot down over Wisconsin. Sorry. Yeah. So Mulder has entered the ranch in total darkness, which looked really cool. The atmosphere reminded me of a Resident Evil game with the music. I thought it was pretty tense.
To say that, yeah.
Well, yeah. The Manitou jump. Manitou, is that what it is? I've got Minty written down here.
Minty. Yeah, I love my Minty.
I'm just going to call it the werewolf because I'm probably pronouncing it wrong anyway. The werewolf jumps Mulder and Scully, but it is shot by Toscani, and it leaves only human remains, and those remains are Lyle. And Scully, how do you not know that he was a werewolf, Scully? I mean, I'll leave this to you. Do you want to tell us what Scully's excuse for not... what Scully's excuse is in this bit?
So, right, I was watching this and I was like, Scully is literally being chased by a werewolf. The man, the human man, goes into the bathroom. She hears a lot of commotion. And then he comes out as a werewolf. He chases her around the house. The werewolf literally gets shot in front of them and turns back into a human. And she's like, oh my God, the mountain lion must have escaped out of its cage. Fucking hell, come on, Scully. Like, absolute delirium. Like, I know she's naive in the earlier episodes, but the things she's seen by now, and she's literally seen it in front of her eyes. Like, fucking hell. Christ almighty.
I fucking face-palmed when you said that. I was like, yes, not only have I got a Libyan fighter jet to mock her for, it's a mountain lion. I'm rubbing my palms.
Fucking hell. And like, Mulder's like, no, we've just seen the mountain lion still caged up outside. She's like, well,
that's it. The episode just ends there. There's no discussion about whether it's a werewolf or not. It's just like Scully's like, well, I still think it's the mountain lion.
Yeah, and it ends with did you say his name's Ish, the old native guy who speaks to Mulder and says, I'll see you again in 8 years, and Mulder kind of gives him a sexy wink, and he's like, yeah, see you later. And then, yeah, that's the end, yeah.
So that was Shapes. I think we differ of opinion on this one. I love this one, and I don't think you did.
This happens every time, and I try to not believe that it's because I'm easily swayed or easily manipulated. But after talking about it, I feel like I enjoyed it more. I don't know, it's probably just that it's a werewolf. If it was a different cryptid or mythological creature, I probably would have been. And I know they don't say it's a werewolf, but it's of course it's a werewolf, you know. But no, now we talked about it, I do think it was better than I gave it credit for. So I'd give it a good 7 out of 10. Fucking loved the ceremony part. That was so good. I love the setting. Yeah, I think if it was a different kind of monster, maybe.
This is what I love most about X-Files. It's a look at a small corner of the United States in the 90s and a local legend that they have to investigate. That's just, for me, that just doesn't get any better. Loved it.
There were a hell of a lot of Twin Peaks-esque forest shots as well, where it just floats over the forest with the mist coming through. And yeah.
Have you got any trivia regarding this episode?
Well done. Yes, I do. Hit the music. The word Manitou doesn't specifically mean werewolf in Algonquin, but more broadly signifies a spirit being that is both tangible and conceptual. Everything has its own Manitou, even a machine. Quite interesting. This is the second time that Michael Horse has played a sheriff or deputy, most famously in Twin Peaks 1990, and he would go on to play another one in the TV series Roswell 1999. I didn't fucking know that. I haven't seen it in such a long time. Definitely up for watching some Roswell if you are in the future. David Duchovny and Michael Horse previously worked together on Twin Peaks 1990 and in The Return, because David Duchovny's in The Return as well. When Mulder says the line, "They told me that even though my deodorant is made for a woman, it's strong enough for a man," he is referring to Procter & Gamble's Secret Woman's deodorant. The tagline, "strong enough for a man but made for a woman," was first used in 1972 and was still widely used well into the late 90s. It is one of the most well-known advertising taglines and was frequently parodied and adapted for other situations. Fuck, dude, who cares?
I've never heard of that. It must be an American thing.
Definitely an American
It's no
thing.
milk tray man, is it?
What the fuck's that?
The milk tray man, the James Bond milk tray dude that swings into women's bedrooms and gives them a box of milk tray.
I'm not familiar with that.
Do you remember It's a real thing.
I don't think it is. I think you're making it up.
He's like the Diet Coke dude, the sexy man that fixes pipes and shit like that.
Who the fuck's the Diet Coke dude?
Oh my god, you don't even know the Diet Coke dude?
No.
Do you remember the advert where he goes, "I don't want you to be no slave," and the sexy man would come in and drink Diet Coke in front of all the office girls?
Nope, not a clue.
Well, I hope this isn't a Mandela effect and I've just dreamt this, because that's a weird thing to Mandela. These two sexy men arriving.
These are just what your dreams are like, Dad.
yeah. Maybe it's just what I've been daydreaming about.
Yeah. So there aren't many more. This episode features many actors from the Canadian broadcasting channel CBC, drama north of 60. The old Native American man tells Mulder that they will meet again in 8 years. This does not happen, but in The Truth, 2002, which roughly happens around 8 years later, Scully and Mulder do end up in the territory of another Native American tribe called the Anasazi, which there's an episode in the next season by that name, isn't there? So I assume that's Mulder and Scully encounter another werewolf in season 6 in Alpha 1999. Mulder also encounters a human who could shapeshift into a reptilian monster who holds Doggett and Agent Harrison captive in season 8 in Alone 2001. While Mulder and Scully encounter another were-lizard in season 10 in Mulder and Scully Meet the Were-Monster 2016. And that, my lovely little Daniel, is the trivia of the week.
Thank you for that trivia. Have you got a spooky werewolf-related story?
Okay, here's a little story. This is a story that I found on Reddit. This is a true story, but I don't know if this is a skinwalker or something else. But it is still very scary now, and I would like to say that I will put this story into what I will call the incidents. Incident 1, the window incident. This incident takes place with me being awake at 10 to 1 at night. So at these times, I would hear knocking or scratching at my window. Some people say that it's the window adjusting. It's raccoons, possums, or rats, or bugs hitting the windows, but the window was never adjusted before. I don't know what the fuck that means. My window is too tall for an animal like the ones I listed, and even if I turn my lights off, I can still hear the tapping. One night I was laying on my bed and I heard the tapping, but then I heard footsteps like something on two legs outside. Then in the living room, door opened, and then I heard the footsteps again, but they sounded like it had claws at the end of its feet, and it walked around and then outside, closing the door. Right, just to let you know, there are no full stops or commas or anything in this fucking thing. So,
Okay.
like, please excuse me. It's not me being a derp, like not being able to read it. It's like fucking awfully written. Ugh, God. Incident number 2. My pets are possessed or something, so basically my cats would be under my bed. You may think or say that what's so scary about that? This is fucking awful. Well, the first time it happened was when I was trying to get my cat Bear out under my bed, but when I was trying to get her, my dad said that she was now under the kitchen table. When I had put her outside, I looked under my bed, only to see Bear still under it. One day, when I came home from high school, I accidentally hit one of my cats under the covers of the floor, but Bear was in the kitchen. And Bit was sleeping on my bed. After an hour, I made some coffee and put it on my nightstand. When I leaned over to take a drink, I saw my cat Bit under my bed. His neck looked twisted and he crawled underneath and snapped his neck at me. When I tried to look at him, he was gone in a flash, but the whole time he was on my bed. This happened recently. I was outside of my dad's porch. My dad then told me that he saw a cat that looked like Bit, being black and white, but there was no other cats around us, and we lived in the country, and plus a week ago Bit died by getting run over.
I don't know why I'm laughing.
What is this story? This is like making
psychosis.
I just seen the top comment. It says you should learn how to use punctuation. So, incident number 3, the final incident.
Oh God, there's a third one.
There's a third. So these incidents happened when I'm alone outside. This is going to be quick. The first one happened when I was... The first one happened when I was outside and I heard rocks being thrown on the roof of the port. There were no storms or hail, and it happened randomly. These is the last thing that happened and still happens. So when I'm outside, I hear and see our garage move and something slamming into it. You may say wind, but it's not windy out. This is my true story. Hope you enjoyed it. What the fuck? Why didn't I fucking check that before I read it out?
Oh God, we've given airtime to that story. I can't even judge whether I believe it's real or not because I don't know what happened.
I don't either. It's like, what the fuck? Like, maybe English isn't their first language, rude ass. Thank for defending me, but English is my first language. I'm not that used to punctuate.
Oh, God.
Fucking hell. I've had a headache for 2 weeks, and my headache has just fucking spiraled into something else. Oh, so sorry, listeners. Sorry, Dad. That story was wank, but at least we had a little bit of a laugh.
Thank you for
This
that
is
one,
why
I
you
think.
need to be researching the stories, right? Because
We should screen these before, before we just read them randomly out. Okay, fine. Promise
No,
from
but
now on we're gonna find some better ones.
Right, I don't like spoilers, so I don't like to. I'll read the first line, and I'll be like, and I saw that there were like incident 1, incident 2, incident 3, and I was like, hell yeah, this will be good, and then it just fucking wasn't, and it was shit.
Right.
My apologies. My apologies.
Okay. Well, that brings us to the end of the episode. So that was Shapes. We'll see you next time for Darkness Falls. So goodbye and good night.
Goodbye.